bullies in this business. And the bullies are so used to being bullies, they don't understand when somebody bite back.
Right.
Not bark back, they bite back.
Right.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be...
Is Oprah Winfrey the untouchable queen of daytime TV, a beacon of empowerment and justice? Secretly using her massive influence to shield one of Hollywood's most scandal-ridden figures. We thought we knew Oprah. We trusted her with our mornings, our secrets, and our souls. She was more than a celebrity. She was America's moral compass. The woman who rose from a life of hardship to build an empire based on compassion and integrity. But now, questions are swirling, cracks appearing in her pristine image, and it's shaking us to our core. At the center of this storm is Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, the music mogul, once revered for his entrepreneurial spirit and star-studded parties, now stands accused of unspeakable acts. From troubling accusations of trafficking to coercion and emotional manipulation, the sheer scope of Diddy's alleged crimes has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. But what's even more shocking and, frankly, deeply unsettling is the growing suspicion that Oprah Winfrey herself might have been pulling strings behind the scenes to protect him. How could the woman known for advocating truth and justice be complicit in shielding someone accused of such dark deeds?
Let's talk about the filth that's starting to come out in the early days of the Diddy trial. This, of course, is P. Diddy. Surprise, surprise, he's a creep. Surprise, surprise, he's done horrible things.
Then enter Denzel Washington, a Hollywood giant whose reputation has always been untarnished, his moral compass unwavering. Denzel, deeply spiritual and unafraid to speak openly about faith guiding his career, has hinted at a darkness lingering behind the bright lights of Hollywood. According to whispers from insiders, Denzel has expressed alarming concerns about Oprah's role behind closed doors. He hasn't minced words, reportedly describing her not merely as a passive bystander, but as someone actively wielding her considerable influence to bury truths and silence whispers about Diddy's exploits. What's driving Oprah to risk everything, her carefully cultivated image, her billion-dollar empire, to stand beside someone as controversial as Diddy? Speculation is rife, but what we're hearing is even more disturbing than what meets the eye. Sources close to Hollywood's elite circles have floated claims that Oprah has quietly invested millions in properties tied to Diddy's infamous celebrity Pact events. Parties reportedly rife with troubling behavior and whispered secrets. Could these investments be her way of camouflaging support, turning questionable activities into legitimate business ventures to disguise any direct involvement? If so, the consequences could be devastating.
Dishonest, violent, horrible. A promiscuous swinger who lied to and cheated on multiple partners. Incredibly, that's how Sean Diddy Combs' own lawyers describe the billionaire music mogul, currently facing serious trafficking charges in a New York court.
And let's talk about those notorious parties. Officially known as freakoffs, these gatherings have reportedly blurred the line between celebrity excess and something far more sinister. Insiders describe these nights as lavish, secretive events where anything goes, and often does. The whispered stories coming from these circles suggest an atmosphere thick with decadence, excess, and manipulation. Parties where boundaries were crossed regularly. These are exactly the events where Diddy's alleged misconduct is said to have occurred, events Oprah herself is rumored to have quietly backed through veiled financial arrangements.
Referred to me as Wild King Nights. And what a Wild King Night was when him and a guest would go to a hotel room or be at his home, his bedroom, and they would have intimate gatherings. I would have to go and prep that hotel room, which consisted of baby oil Astroglide.
But why? Why would Oprah Winfrey, the figure who symbolizes strength and empowerment, risk her empire by aligning herself with such alleged darkness? It's a betrayal that feels personal, one that shakes our trust in everything she's ever represented. This goes beyond celebrity scandal. It challenges our sense of reality. Oprah's identity is inseparable from her reputation as a defender of truth. If the rumors are true, it shatters an illusion millions have believed in for decades. Adding a spiritual layer to this disturbing narrative, Denzel's concerns take on an even more sinister dimension. A devout Christian who considers his acting career a ministry, Denzel has long been vocal about what he perceives as a spiritual battle within Hollywood itself. He's spoken candidly about sensing a dark force, something intangible yet profoundly real. Now, behind closed doors, Denzel allegedly believes Oprah is connected to this darkness, a revelation that's as alarming as it is heartbreaking. Could it be that Oprah's involvement is more than financial or reputational? Could this really be about influence, power, or perhaps even control? There's a chilling possibility that Oprah isn't just turning a blind eye. She may be actively protecting the very behaviors she publicly condemns. If so, this isn't just a scandal, it's a crisis of morality at the heart of American pop culture. And the connections don't stop there. The tangled web surrounding Diddy seems endless, stretching deep into the heart of Hollywood's spiritual and moral elite. Bishop T.D. Jakes, another towering figure in the realm of spiritual influence, finds himself caught in scandalous whispers connected to Diddy's events. Rumors have surfaced alleging inappropriate behaviors involving Jakes, all supposedly linked to these notorious parties. Is Oprah's alleged shielding of Diddy part of a broader network of protection, spanning spiritual leaders and Hollywood giants alike?
Have y'all spoke after this?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have anything against Oprah.
You just called her a
I'm gonna tell you why.
You named your dog Oprah, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Even more troubling, the ongoing trial involving R&B singer Cassie Ventura has turned into a media sensation, with explicit testimonies detailing disturbing incidents at Diddy's events. Ventura's vivid courtroom accounts paint Diddy as a man capable of disturbing behavior. Yet, despite these harrowing allegations, he's repeatedly managed to evade the full weight of justice. It raises questions about who exactly is helping Diddy skirt accountability, and all eyes point increasingly toward Oprah. Consider the broader implications of Oprah's potential involvement. A woman who built an empire on the promise of empowerment, who championed survivors of trauma, who stood publicly against injustice, could be complicit in the very behavior she's vowed to fight. The paradox is devastating, the sense of betrayal palpable. If Oprah has been acting as Diddy's guardian angel, wielding her massive influence behind closed doors to hide the truth, what else could she be hiding? How deep does this alleged deception run?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments.
The internationally renowned singer once openly accused Oprah of knowing about Harvey Weinstein's predatory behavior and turning a blind eye. His chilling public call-out reminded us that powerful figures often protect each other, no matter how ugly the truth becomes. Now, the parallel is unsettlingly clear. Could history be repeating itself with Oprah once again at the heart of a dark, protective cover-up?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do.
The whispers around Oprah aren't new. For years, celebrities like 50 Cent and Rose McGowan have publicly questioned her intentions, suggesting she has selectively targeted or protected powerful men. These critics claim Oprah's morality is conditional, her outrage selective, her public face a facade crafted to protect the powerful, including, possibly, men like Diddy. If there's any truth to these allegations, Oprah's entire empire rests on shaky ground, built on carefully curated lies. If this is indeed a carefully constructed facade, then Oprah's empire, built upon decades of public trust, charitable causes, and relentless advocacy for justice, could be teetering on the brink of collapse. The revelation wouldn't merely stain her legacy. It could redefine how America views celebrity influence, morality, and accountability forever.
Every time she made a mention to hip-hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was the largest debut in hip-hop.
This story has become much more than a celebrity scandal. It's a showdown between Hollywood's glittering surface and the dark currents beneath. As Denzel's spiritual warnings echo through the corridors of power, we're forced to face a disturbing reality. Could Oprah's actions represent not just a betrayal of public trust, but a deeper corruption in the heart of Hollywood's moral core? Diddy awaits trial, fighting charges that have already tarnished his empire. And while he's locked behind bars, still attempting to influence witnesses from inside his jail cell, questions continue to mount. Notes seized from his prison cell, allegedly ordering family members to dig up dirt on his accusers, demonstrate just how deep the rot could go. It begs the question, is Oprah aiding Diddy simply out of misguided loyalty, or does she stand to lose much more than just her reputation if he falls? If Denzel's warnings of a dark spiritual force behind Hollywood's power structures are even remotely accurate, then Oprah's alleged protection of Diddy represents far more than a simple moral failing. It could be a conscious choice to align with darkness, an action that betrays the very values she's claimed to champion. The troubling allegations continue to unravel, each revelation more shocking than the last. The carefully built edifice of Oprah Winfrey's empire is beginning to quake, and America stands on the precipice of a truth that might change everything we thought we knew. Could Oprah really be Hollywood's ultimate fixer, quietly controlling the narrative, shielding its darkest secrets? The truth is still emerging, and what we know so far is disturbing enough to keep us awake at night. If these allegations against Oprah hold even a sliver of truth, we are witnessing the collapse of an empire built on empowerment, trust, and integrity. The betrayal runs deep, and the revelations are only beginning to surface.
Well, the things that I experienced with him were monster-like. That stuff almost destroyed my life.
But Oprah's alleged role in shielding Diddy might not just be a one-off, a momentary lapse of judgment by Hollywood's once untouchable queen. No, the whispers suggest this goes deeper, darker. Insiders point to her long-standing relationships with powerful, controversial men like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. What exactly ties Oprah to these infamous figures, men accused of some of the entertainment industry's most scandalous misdeeds? Is it merely coincidence, or is there a pattern of calculated alliances, carefully masked by Oprah's gleaming public image?
I thought he was this clean businessman who rise to the top because he was such a powerful and smart, educated man. I had no idea that he had this other side to him. And when I started to get exposed to his lifestyle, I started to really realize, like, this guy has an addiction. It's not just, once every few weeks, it's every day, every hour.
Oprah's association with Harvey Weinstein wasn't a secret. Their friendship was well documented, lavishly photographed, and openly celebrated within Hollywood circles. Yet, when Weinstein fell from grace, Oprah quickly distanced herself. But some, including the likes of Seal and Rose McGowan, weren't convinced. They openly accused her of turning a blind eye to Weinstein's notorious misconduct, alleging she knew exactly who and what he was, but chose silence, opting instead to maintain her powerful status. Was it simply ignorance, or a deliberate, calculated silence designed to protect both Weinstein and Oprah's own empire?
They've been afraid of coming forward. They've been afraid of what he could potentially do to them within the industry, what he could do to them professionally, maybe even personally. And so yes, it's been a dark secret they've held on to for a very, very long time.
And then there's Jeffrey Epstein, a figure whose very name now sends chills down our spines. While there's no clear public evidence Oprah directly supported Epstein, whispers among insiders suggest she moved comfortably within circles linked to him. Conspiracy-minded sources hint she held enough power to amplify or silence rumors, carefully controlling which stories surfaced and which vanished quietly into oblivion. Oprah, they claim, wasn't just a passive player. She was the puppet master, pulling Hollywood strings behind a curtain of moral righteousness. These accusations paint a disturbing picture. Oprah Winfrey as the ultimate gatekeeper, determining which accusations gain traction and which disappear, never to be seen again. Oprah, the champion of truth and justice, allegedly deciding which powerful men's secrets were worth protecting. And this brings us right back to Diddy, a man with secrets dark enough to shake even the most hardened insiders. Is Oprah's apparent protection of Diddy a calculated extension of her pattern? Or is there something far more troubling binding them together?
I'm sorry, I'm just I'm in this moment right now. This is crazy. Sorry. People don't really know how much what it does to you when something that you love is taken from you and thrown away like it don't even matter, and then they move on with their lives and you're stuck. You're stuck. During those years, you're still stuck 21 years later.
Hollywood whispers about so-called insurance files held by Diddy. Sources speculate these aren't ordinary files. They're said to contain powerful, damaging information on some of Hollywood's biggest names. Could Oprah be one of those names? Industry veterans suggest Diddy's infamous charisma wasn't his only weapon. He allegedly collected compromising evidence, quietly stockpiling ammunition to ensure loyalty, silence, and compliance from his allies and enemies alike. Could this explain Oprah's baffling support despite mounting public accusations? If these rumors are true, her public persona might be masking a desperate bid to protect herself. Think about it. Oprah Winfrey, the woman who built her career on openness, authenticity, and truth, silenced by hidden, career-ending revelations locked away in Diddy's files. It sounds like a Hollywood thriller, but sources swear it's reality. One former staffer from Diddy's inner circle claims the mogul explicitly boasted about these insurance files, suggesting their existence wasn't just rumor, but a calculated tactic to keep powerful friends in line. Oprah, these insiders argue, is caught in a web of secrecy that even her immense influence cannot unravel.
What my mother said to me was, Denzel, you do a lot of good, but you must do good the right way. She said, and you know what I'm talking about. Can't buy your way in. Can't love your way in. You gotta serve. You gotta do good the right way.
And if Diddy does indeed have this hold over Oprah, what else might he have stashed away? Hollywood insiders whisper that these files aren't just about Oprah. They extend far beyond her. Industry giants, top executives, even revered spiritual figures could be implicated in scandals too shocking for public eyes. And the silence, we're told, isn't accidental. It's strategic. It's orchestrated by the most influential puppet masters Hollywood has ever known, with Oprah allegedly at the helm, working tirelessly behind the scenes to manage crises before they explode. The mounting evidence that Diddy could be influencing his own case from inside his jail cell raises further alarm bells. Prosecutors seized notes from Diddy's cell, notes instructing family members to find dirt on his accusers. This isn't typical legal strategy. It's the desperate move of someone who knows far too much, someone willing to pull every string he still controls. And sources claim Oprah's panic behind closed doors is palpable. Insiders insist she's privately mobilizing her immense resources, desperate to prevent certain details from seeing the light of day. If true, this revelation could rip the mask off the polished facade she spent decades crafting.
Strength, leadership, power, authority, guidance, patience are God's gift to us as men. We have to cherish that, not abuse it. I prayed this morning to be a better listener.
But even amidst the shadows, there remains one powerful voice demanding accountability: Denzel Washington. Known as much for his integrity as his acting prowess, Denzel has quietly warned of a deep moral corruption lurking beneath Hollywood's polished veneer. His warnings aren't mere rants from the fringe. They're thoughtful, spiritual messages from a respected Hollywood giant deeply connected to the industry's pulse. He sees a spiritual battle, not merely a PR problem. Denzel views Hollywood's dark underbelly as something far more sinister, a battleground where good and evil wrestle behind the glamour.
What do you say to the men around the world who are watching this interview from someone who is their hero, regardless if it's from the screen?
Thank you. Stay on your knees. Watch me, but listen to God.
And it's his spiritual intuition that adds chilling credibility to this narrative. Could Denzel's instincts about Oprah and Hollywood's elite be on point? Hollywood has always walked the line between glamour and darkness, between dreams and nightmares. But now, with Oprah's alleged complicity and the unsettling specter of Diddy's insurance files, we're forced to confront an even darker reality, a carefully managed illusion that could implode at any moment, revealing shocking truths about the entertainment industry's real power structures. Behind every blockbuster premiere, behind every red carpet smile, is there a hidden network built on secrets, intimidation, and control? Denzel's warnings suggest it's not just possible, it's already happened. The damage control, the payouts, the carefully orchestrated interviews. Hollywood insiders whisper that Oprah mastered them all, strategically navigating scandals before they reached public ears. But now, that veil of secrecy seems thinner than ever, frayed by too many secrets, too many whispers, too many people desperate for justice.
So the position I have, the money I have, the stardom I have, the joy that or pain or whatever I've given to people through the films that I've done don't make me any better.
With each revelation, Oprah's gleaming empire teeters ever closer to the edge. If these rumors bear even the slightest truth, it reveals more than just a tarnished icon. It exposes a systemic corruption that reaches deep into the heart of Hollywood's most respected figures. This isn't just about one scandal or one powerful celebrity falling from grace. It's about the foundations of celebrity culture itself, a culture we all helped build, a culture whose dark side is finally coming to light. We can't help but ask ourselves, if someone as seemingly noble as Oprah Winfrey is secretly entangled with such darkness, who else could be implicated? If Oprah, the symbol of empathy, empowerment, and moral righteousness, can be compromised, then perhaps no one is truly safe from scrutiny. And maybe that's exactly why these revelations strike such a nerve, leaving us emotionally rattled, questioning everything we thought we knew about the celebrities we trusted, adored, and supported. As we await Diddy's trial, insiders warn us this is just the beginning. More shocking disclosures, more scandalous alliances, more unsettling revelations could emerge at any moment. What else might Diddy's files contain? What secrets about Oprah, Hollywood, and perhaps even more respected celebrities could be locked inside? As tensions rise, sources insist that Hollywood is on the brink of an explosive revelation, one powerful enough to topple empires, reputations, and our trust in the very celebrities we admire.
It's not over. Let them know it's not over. You get the clickbait bill got you, bit you. I didn't say I was retiring. I'm not retiring tomorrow. I said I have all these films to do, and then I want to get behind the camera, which is going to take a year or 2 or 3. So do the math. Even if I did 1 a year, I think I mentioned 5 or 6 films. Even if I did 1 a year, which it won't be, but even if I did, that was 6 years. And I'm 70 in a month. That's 76. If I direct a movie after that, that's 2 to 3 years.
And at the center remains Denzel Washington, the moral beacon, whose quiet accusations might be Hollywood's loudest wake-up call. In a world tainted by influence, greed, and manipulation, Denzel reminds us of integrity, faith, and truth. His courage to speak out, even quietly, is both rare and unsettling. And it leaves us all to wonder, if even Oprah, the face of empowerment, could be tied to this darkness, then what does that say about the rest of Hollywood? And if Denzel is right, what other secrets are waiting to be uncovered? We want to hear your thoughts on this shocking unraveling of Hollywood's hidden web. Can we still trust the faces we see on our screens? Or has celebrity culture finally revealed itself to be something far darker than we ever imagined? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay alert, stay skeptical, and remember, sometimes the truth is darker than fiction.